All right, so we're gonna start to give this thing a little bit of paint. Hopefully everything's in frame. Like I said, I'm still experimenting with this. I apologize. So we got it all prepped. If you watched the earlier video, it's all prepped, ready for paint. We're going to start off, we're going to work on the fur because it's one of the biggest parts of it. And for this, we're going to start with a little bit of, get it in frame. Oh, God, there we go. Nope. This one, right here. Little Gore-Gunter fur from Games Workshop. I like this one for different fur effects. Yikes. We'll see how it works on this. Give it a try. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully that's in frame. So all I'm doing, so the thing with the contrast paints, one of the things that you'll learn, or you need to develop, and it'll help you develop, is good brush control. That's important skill regardless of any type of paint you're doing, but it's really important with using contrast paints, because sometimes I don't want to get the excuse me, the contrast onto a different area, because I'm going to put a different contrast paint there and it won't work if this paint's like in that area. I don't have that as much so far with this miniature. I don't think it's as big of an issue, but I like to practice it regardless. I mean, there's times like if I'm really trying to go fast and get something done, and I know like, oh, it's not going to matter if I get paint in a certain area, I don't care. But sometimes it's just good to practice, especially when you're new. Like if you're new, you definitely want to try to practice good brush control. Even if it's going to slow you down probably at first, but you're better off, because that's a really good skill to have. I mean, this is a big miniature. Not a bad one to start with probably, because it's a big miniature. The details are nice and big, not super intricate. So you don't have to worry about that. But so we're kind of getting, I don't know if you can see that, we're kind of getting this effect here a little bit with that, and that's just from this. It'll change a little bit as it dries, but this is the overall. Now this won't be the final thing we do, but it will be it is the base. So, and one thing I could probably do to speed this up, because speed paints are called speed paints for a reason. Well, that's a brand name, but the contrast, speed paint, all that jazz, all the same stuff really. Its claim to fame is it's quick. So I could use a bigger brush. I just don't happen to have one right handy. And I also forgot my water. So I'm going to go with this as long as I can. And we'll make this a short video. But I always forget my water. Always. If I bring my thing up to be cleaned, which I don't do nearly enough, I always forget it when I come back down. Without fail. Without fail. I always do. But we'll get as much covered as I can, and then I just kind of want to show you guys this first part of it anyway. Hopefully you can see that. I know my video stuff is not that great right now, but I got some people helping me, giving me some ideas for cameras and tripods and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, if people are into this, I definitely would do more of them. Like I said, and I don't mind. I did a couple live streams by myself where I was painting. The only issue I had is where I paint. My painting area is in the basement, and I don't know. The volume was really bad. Like the sound kept going out for a live stream. So that's why I'm doing a video. But yeah, so I'm just doing that. I'm going to do that all over the fur, and then, you know, hit the other, the other areas with different areas. But that's the speed paint. So just looking at it, like if I just wanted to get this done and on the table, like this layer alone would be fine. Like if you're just looking for tabletop quality, and to be honest with you, that's my, like when I paint that's the bar I set myself at. Like I'm not you know, exhibition or display quality painter. I paint for gaming, you know, and so that's where my I aim for. So this would be fine. Like this fur pattern here, no problem. I have some ideas to do some stuff to enhance it, which I want to do because this is for a client, and obviously I want to put out the best I can for them, and so I got some ideas on how I can enhance it and combine that with the basing, and I think it's going to be a really kind of a awesome miniature. But yeah, just a little Gorgonda fur. You could use any color fur. Like if you didn't like this shade of fur that it has, you could definitely pick a different one. I just happen to like Gorgonda fur for this type of stuff. I'm going to use some other stuff to go with it, I think. Afterwards, it's gotta dry a little bit, but just to vary it up. And like I said, this would probably go a lot, not probably, it would go a lot quicker if I used a bigger brush, but I kind of boned myself because I didn't bring my water down, and my brush stuff is all covered up where I keep my brushes with other stuff. My painting area is a disaster. It's awful. In this form of organization and stuff. I just have tons of stuff everywhere. Looks like a hoarder's paradise here, and it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. It's due for a cleaning, but yeah, that's it right there. That's how the fur is going to look. We'll go over that. When I go back over it the next time, if people want to see more of it, I can show them more as I progress with it. Just let me know in the comments. Hope this helps anybody that's watching. Any questions, suggestions? Like I said in the other video, I'm not above taking in suggestions from people. Always trying to learn stuff and get better at what I'm doing with this stuff. So if whoops, see, that's what I'm talking about, bad brush control. Won't bother for what I have in mind, but with the contrast paint, you can probably wipe most of it off, but that was a sloppy brush control right there. Got a little ahead of myself. But yeah, so we're here like this with the War Mammoth from Reaper Miniatures. So that's where we're at. I'll pipe back in when I get it fully coated. But thanks for watching, everyone.